Well, hi, everybody. Well, Mom, the night before back to school, always made us desserts. Now, it could be brownies, it could be cookies, it could be just about anything. We're generally in school, we'll have mid-morning snack club, it'll be cookies and milk. So what I want to do today, I'm going to honor back to school, because I know all your kids are going back to school, either today, yesterday. When I was growing up, I started kindergarten in 1950. Now, today actually marks the day I started kindergarten. It seems like yesterday that I would walk into school with my older brother, and keep this in mind, we walked to school. When it rained, I wore my yellow raincoat, yellow rain hat, and my boots, galoshes we used to call them. Well, I'm going to make brownies today, because that was a treat that my mom used to give me when I went back to school, which happened to be the next day, but she made it the night before. 2 eggs. I make this all the time, but this is for back to school. A cup of sugar. Here we go. I'm going to mix this together. Yeah, back to school is very special because we dressed up, we looked so nice for the first day, we were excited, you know. And I don't know, folks, I'm 70 years old, I'm telling you folks, I don't know where the time disappeared, but it's sure vanished into thin air. Let me tell you something. A tablespoon of water. Okay, here we go. Get this off. Alright, here we go. Tablespoon of water. Here we go. Now, I'm going to add in my cocoa. I'm adding in a quarter cup of cocoa. My mom always used Hershey's, just like my Grandma Elizabeth did. Probably Grandma Elizabeth taught her to do this when my mom went back to school. Yeah, we all got back to school days, and my teacher's name was Mrs. Porter. I remember her name. I went to James Caldwell School in Springfield, New Jersey. Principal's name was Mrs. Forsythe. Okay, it's really funny. Our teachers should be in their 30s. When you're 5 years old, they look old. I don't know why. Who knows? Okay. Now I'm going to show you what a back to school lunch is going to look like a little bit later on when I do my next one. Like I told you, God kept me here for a reason. I outlived so many people, my parents, my husbands. Well, of course, both of my husbands died of natural illnesses, obviously, you know, but it's sad. He must have kept me here for a purpose to make a trillion takes. That's all I can think of. Okay, a tablespoon of butter. I mean, excuse me, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. No, I'm sorry, folks. I meant a stick of unsalted butter. Sorry about that. Here we go. Mix this together. Yeah, my mom was not much of a baker, but let me tell you something. Back to school meant everything to her. A cup of flour. I'm going to mix this together. Mix, mix, mix. You want your batter to be really smooth. Now, don't forget, folks, one deviation of an ingredient, it will not come out. I'm telling you this. It is, you know, okay, make sure everything is clean. Alright, let me get that teaspoon. Where's that teaspoon? Here it is. Alright, here we go. So it's clean, because you don't really want to take a chance. Alright. Now we're going to add in a teaspoon of baking powder. But it's really funny, folks, how I can actually remember my teacher's names. It's really something. Kindergarten was Mrs. Porter. Now, Mrs. Porter was a very nice lady. I kind of remember her cookies. We used to have cookies and milk, and she used to bring in these, like, vanilla buttery cookies. Delicious and yummy. But then we walked home and we had lunch. And even in the snow, we walked to school. Isn't that something? And of course, in this day and age, kids can't walk to school. Obviously, it's sad. Grease your cake pan. Now, all I know is Mrs. Porter could have been in her 30s. So she'd be 30, she'd be close to 100 if she was still alive. And we don't know if she's still alive, and I have no idea. So we're going to spread this. This is going to be a treat that I'm going to actually show you later on when I actually have my camera lady filming me making a back to school lunch. Alright, pop this in the oven. We're going to bake this for about 30 minutes. Here we go, 350, okay?